Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick update video on Litecoin. Now Litecoin today is up by 0.46%. Over the past 5 days, Litecoin has actually seen a very interesting trend up ever so slightly, just under 1%. From the highs of this week, we are down quite a bit. We are seeing the price dip by over 4%. With all of that being said, the question is, where do we go from here? You could make an argument over the last day or so. It looks like we are starting to find a bottom here. I'll be giving you my personal thoughts and opinions on this over the course of this video. If it sounds good, please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But do remember, I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Now I've said all of that, we might as well jump straight into the video. So, we're seeing Litecoin now hitting a price of 110. If you've been watching the channel for some time, you'll know Litecoin is actually one of my personal favorite plays. I see a lot of potential here mid to long term, but short term I have had my doubts, right? And I bought Litecoin way back, not like crazy long ago, but we're talking when the price was down here, maybe a bit lower actually, right? I bought around this point, literally the perfect time to get in. Rode the wave all the way up to the highs, and I saw a trend that we've seen many a time before, and I've said this countless times, but it's extremely relevant and extremely important to consider when noting the trend for Litecoin. So it just seems to be the case that we get up to 130, 135, 140, and we either make or break it at this level. Like, we'll break it, we'll go above it, we'll stay above it for a considerable time, but more often than not, we'll hit 130, 135, and we'll bounce back down. And when I saw this initial push, when I saw this initial collapse, I saw the inevitability here. I decided to sell my Litecoin. I think it was about here, roughly. Took a little bit of a push, to be fair. And then, again, I saw things having the high likelihood of going lower, and they have done. So far, again, not to brag, and of course, I am not an advisor, I am not an expert, but my calls on Litecoin so far have been relatively accurate. And one thing that I said 110 is going to be the next level to see hold up. Now, we've broken below it to the 1.8 range, which we'll get to in a second, but at the minute, we are now at 110. So the question is, do we hold here? Now, for me personally, I think there's every possibility. Again, we're seeing 1.8 hold solid. We're seeing 1.10 at the moment holding. But I wouldn't, in my opinion, necessarily suggest that the downside potential is over yet. I think one thing that a lot of people get conflated is the fact that when we see these up days, people see it in a massive way and fail to acknowledge the general trend. I think, in my opinion, until I see more solid consolidation, which again could come if it comes tomorrow when we see a 2-3% uptrend, my opinion may or may not change. But I think at the same time, people do tend to correlate these small up days with success, when in reality the broad downtrend is very evident. Now, historical levels that we've seen hold up around here, we're looking now at 104. Again, 108 may hold. There's every possibility of that. We've seen this level hold in the past. I want to just draw a parallel to what we're seeing kind of here, and actually what we saw back here. This is a range with some support, but a drop below this, I think, is definitely going to take us to 102, 105, possibly, somewhere in that range. And I think that is still very possible. So, for me, despite long-term, and again, I'm going to be honest, guys, despite long-term being a Litecoin bull, I think short-term, I'm going to play it the way that I want to play it. And for me, that is waiting to see. Again, if one of these jumps holds up, then I think, and if we get that, genuine confirmation of a retrend, of a reverse, we're looking to push up to maybe 120, 130, 135 again, where we could be looking to go back and retest 135 for that new potential push up, which would obviously present a short to mid-term opportunity. However, in my personal strategy, I don't yet see the reversal signs strong enough for me to call it a buy at this stage. I think it's very, very early days, and I think more likely than not, in my opinion, we're going back to touch 105, possibly going back to touch 100, maybe even lower than that. I know it may be something that a lot of you don't want to hear. That's, of course, up to you, right? I'm not an advisor. Make your own decisions. But for me personally, I see the potential here as being still possibly down, which would, again, for me, present better buying opportunities at later dates. Just my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments. Thank you for your time, guys, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.